Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Bike over here. Yes, bike over Toxic Talk. We have a beautiful morning right here. Amazing Monday morning. Mondays are first day of mining fiat. So amazing. For those of you guys, I would suggest that you do, right? Just find a job, get something to do, get physically fit, mentally fit, and spiritually fit for what is coming. Because every single day I feel like things are getting worse and worse in the fiat land. But you want to shield yourself, not just with Bitcoin, but with all the other good tools out there, like a job, right? It doesn't have to be the perfect job. At least you get something to do, and because the more the Bitcoin network, the community, all the people are on the network become more productive. The stronger the network gets, and the more productive the network get, right? With gold, the problem with gold is that so many people on gold, they are just trying to extract value from the people. They just you see all these influencers in gold, they are just gold sellers. They are gold salesmen, right? You don't really have somebody who's just telling you about gold, who's not willing to sell you gold, right? I want somebody who's just telling me about money, teaching me money, but who's not trying to sell me that something, right? I just want to learn about it and just know that that's it. I don't need you to sell me something, right? If I want to buy it, I can buy it in my local community, in the Queen Corner, it's somewhere, right? But don't tell me I have to buy it from your, dealer or somebody. I don't need that, right? So that's one of the problem with gold. It's like everybody try to extract value. So like Peter Schiff, right? The way he make a living is by selling gold, right? So that's why, of course, it's gonna be very, very, hard on Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin is a competition to gold, right? So I'm not expecting the opposite. So in Bitcoin, you have, nobody controls it. Nobody, all of us, the grassroots movement and all this bottom up, right? Movement, right? So you tell another person, and the other person tells somebody else. We teach each other what's going on. Getting on the highway now. So yeah, you just tell each other what's going on, how things works, right? So it's simply what it is, right? This is just what it is. So you have to, teach your family, your friends, right? And provide value, right? Because the more value we create, the more we monetize Bitcoin, the stronger it gets, right? The value proposition grows, and the hash rate grows, right? Because the Satoshis are more valuable, so miners get more attracted to mine it, right? To provide energy to the network. So yeah, and also this validate the value of the Bitcoin, right? So that's why I think Bitcoin should use more energy than all countries combined, right? Because when humanity, right, let's say half of the world is using Bitcoin to store our energy, right? Why Bitcoin shouldn't use more energy than every other country? It should. Right? It should use more energy than every other country in the world, right? Because it's something we value, right? It's our workforce. It should be strongly protected with every other energy we could find. So But in my opinion, Bitcoin gonna be embedded in our life. It's gonna be used in so many other things. It's gonna make things more efficient. The miners gonna be on your dryer. They're gonna be on your water heater. They're gonna be on your, heater, your space heaters. They're gonna be in your so many areas in your life, right? So they make things more efficient, and at the same time you get more Satoshis, like real hard money, at the same time. So yeah, so this is that, and so you have, like, right now you can take out CO2 from the atmosphere. That you prevent gas going to the atmosphere, by just mining Bitcoin, right? Like those harmful, natural gas that would be vented in the atmosphere, right? So you take them and you redirect it to a Bitcoin miner. Then you prevent those gas to the atmosphere. So you're protecting the atmosphere by mining Bitcoin. So these are all those things that's happening right there, right now. So amazing, right? So that's why most people don't know about these things, right? So we have to do the work on educating those people about it, right? So most people just learn about Bitcoin on mainstream media, right? So if you're learning about Bitcoin on mainstream media, then you're in big trouble, right? You're not gonna get the truth, right? Every time I see a mainstream media video on YouTube or somewhere, like anytime I read a mainstream media post, right, I have a headache. It gives me a headache. It's like every single word is a lie. Every single phrase, every single sentence, it's just full of manipulation. So anyways, guys, yes, in the beginning of this podcast, I said things are getting worse in the fiat land. We had the Credit Suisse fallout. I believe yesterday afternoon they find a deal to the BS company buying purchasing Credit Suisse. So which is the biggest bank in Switzerland purchased Credit Suisse. So that way they don't have to go bankrupt, right? But I think things are still gonna be bad, right? Regardless. So regardless, things are still bad out there. So they try to, sugarcoat it and say, oh, it's not a bailout. But we all know what's going on, right? If it wasn't a bailout, why the government have to involve in the deal, right? So you see the CEO of the bank that purchased Switzerland came out and said, yes, you're gonna keep all the employees, they will be fine, all those things. But the deal they give the lowball, the Switzerland, right? So they give them a lowball. But now most of the shareholders of this bank are gonna take a haircut. It's gonna be a big haircut. So basically, you're losing a lot, right? You're losing a lot of money. And I see this morning in the market opening, what's gonna happen? Stock markets and all this nonsense. I don't believe in the stock market. I think it's all scam. Just like fiat currency is a scam, right? People don't understand. It's like when the stock market hyperinflate, right? Let's say if the currency hyperinflate, right? Of course, the stock market gonna go up. That doesn't mean like your money, your stock worth more. It's just like it's so worthless. The money is so worthless. You just see the numbers on the computer, right? I can multiply your stock by 10, and you still can't afford a meal with your stock, right? So it doesn't mean anything. The number go up. Right? It's just nonsense, right? You need real money, real value, that worth something. You don't need like all this garbage on the screen, right? It's like, so I'm saying, when people don't understand, it's like when you have a Satoshi in your head or on your phone or on your key, you have password to move it. It's real, right? You can do a lot of magic things with it, right? So you can open website to have access to content with it. You can do a lot of digital things with it, right? Like if you go on some website and it say login, you can log in with your Lightning wallet, and then you can tip people with it. You can send Bitcoin across the world with right? I would say, okay, I'm gonna send Bitcoin to somebody, right? So they can, do Bitcoin education, right? Like for example, we go there and you're on Mi Primer Bitcoin, and then you just stream people's sats. Say, hey, I'm gonna send them a few sats, right? And once you send that, and boom, right? So they can use that money to keep on educating others. So that's a good thing. Right? That's what I was saying. Provide value, and then you have more value to provide more to help others learn it. So one by one, we're teaching others. So that's how we grow as a network. It's not believing in all this nonsense or going to the moon and all this nonsense, like $1 million Bitcoin in 90 days. That's just bullshit. It doesn't make any sense, right? Yeah, so $1 million in 90 days is just nonsense, right? Like, think about it, right? Bitcoin is so volatile, right? So even if it goes to $1 million, do you think it's gonna stay there, right? And why we have to cap it? I mean, Bitcoin can get to $1 million tomorrow, right? It can get to $1 million any day, any second. So what you were saying is like, I don't think there's a limit on how much you can go, but don't tell me there's a time, there's after a certain amount of time. It's all bullshit, right? So it could go to $1 million, it could go to 10 million, it could go to 10,000. It could go. Bitcoin is oscillating, right? Bitcoin is oscillating over the price. It's just an oscillation. It's a distraction because fiat is a distraction, right? So we're measuring Bitcoin based on fiat, but what we don't understand, you should measure fiat, right, based on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like a thermometer, right? So you just drop it in the fiat world, you'll see how bad the world is doing, right? So that's how I look at it. I don't look at it as trying to make money and get rich. It's about helping others understand, protect themselves against fiat fallout and devaluation and confiscation and all those things. So that's what I'm here for. I'm not here for massive gain and get rich and all this nonsense. I think we still need to provide value. Doesn't matter what the price is, we still need to grow as a network. We can't just go sit there and just let other people work for us. We still have to active and move, exercise, keep ourselves healthy, mentally strong, and all those things, right? So anyways, guys, I'm gonna get in, and I appreciate you listening. Thank you very much for all the support. And if you want to keep supporting, Just subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know what you think. What did I get wrong? And I'll see you again in the next Toxic Talk. This was Pike Over.